Switzerland might be the most expensive country in the world, but visit at the right time of year and you may be lucky enough to actually experience this part of Swiss culture entirely for free. A few times a year, wineries across the Neuchatel canton open their doors and offer free food, tastings, tours, and if you're lucky, even bottles to bring back home. So how does it work? Well, join me for my first day back in Switzerland in nearly 8 years, and let's find out.
Cheers, 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 cheers. We're gonna do a lot of cheers together. Cheers to everything. Chocolat. Mesdames et messieurs.
Guten Morgen, Switzerland / Bonjour, Switzerland. Actually, it's almost afternoon here. I think it is afternoon. It's 12:01. I think we woke up at about 11:20. I had an alarm set for this morning at 7, which was a little ambitious considering we went to sleep, I think, at like 1 o'clock, and I don't even know what time that is back home. Glad we got a little bit of sleep. A little cloudy today, but beautiful as always. So I think we're gonna go down to the train station, go into the town, go to Newchatel. It's only about maybe like a 15-minute train ride down the lake. This is Lac de Neuchatel back here. I'm gonna show Kenna around a little bit. I've been here, God, it's been like 8 years. So super excited to see it again and get to share it with this one. It's Friday, and this weekend there's like a free open house thing for all kinds of wineries across this region, which is perfect timing. So we're gonna go explore some of those. And there's just like a bunch of wineries with free tastings and free tours of different caves and their facilities and everything. So pretty perfect timing. Excited about that. And for now, just gonna do a little exploring and see what we can see. Almost missed the train from standing on the wrong platform, but we made it. Off to Neuchatel. So we're here in Neuchatel, which is the capital of the Neuchatel canton in the French-speaking southwestern part of Switzerland. It's a bit off the typical tourist route, and in my opinion is one of the most underrated cities in the entire country. The city is located directly on the largest lake that lies entirely within Swiss borders, Lake Neuchatel. And during these summer months, the water here is warm and you'll find tons of people swimming, boating, kite surfing, lounging and grilling by the shore every day of the week. Even if you don't have a boat or a suit, you can enjoy the lake walking along the promenade that spans the perimeter. And if you really don't want to miss the boat, every Friday during the season, there is also themed boat parties held aboard a ferry that cruises through different cities along the lake. Surprisingly, the population of this city is only about 33,000, but it feels much bigger as it's the main hub of the canton with a population around 175,000. There's plenty to do in the extremely charming, classically European walking-only city center filled with bars, restaurants, tons of shopping, along with some incredible history and architecture, including the Chateau de Neuchatel right in the heart of the city. Just exploring a little bit. It's like kind of getting my bearings back. It's pretty familiar with this spot from being here, but God, it's been like 7 or 8 years now since we studied French here at the Université de Neuchatel. But it's just pretty much how I remember it. It's beautiful. Newchatel is also host to several large annual events, including film festivals, music festivals, a medieval festival, several wine festivals, and most notably the Fête de Vendage, which is a 3-day grape harvest festival at the end of September that takes over the entire city day and night with fireworks, costumes, marching bands and float parades, music, and countless events. Wine here is clearly a massive part of the culture. So on that note, why don't we go check out the first wine open house? So we just drove like 10 minutes down the road. What town are we in now?
Saint-Blaise.
Saint-Blaise. We're gonna do a little wine tasting here It's like a whole weekend of wine open houses all over the place here in the Neuchatel canton. So this is number one. It's crazy. It's like kind of surrounded by vines, but then there's also like city and everything, or like little town in that direction. Super pretty.
And what is? Yeah, let's start with the non-filtered.
Yeah.
Merci.
Voilà, de rien. Alors,
All right, so we're tasting our first wine here. It's Chasselas from, is it Saint Sebastian Domain? Crazy thing buddy Dimitri was just talking about is that wine tastings in Switzerland are generally free, which is insane considering we just did a tasting in Napa the other day. It was like $200. But yeah, we got unfiltered wine here. It's like a little cloudy. Really good. It's a little sweet. I'm enjoying it. So, one of many. Cheers. Santé. So we're moving on to the tank room for station number 2. Here we tried some more whites, a Chardonnay, and another Chasselas.
Is it old Chasselas?
Both of which were light and delicious. We also learned a little bit about Swiss wines and how localized wine is in Switzerland. Interestingly, even to this day, nearly all national production of wine is drank within the country itself, with only about 2% being exported, mostly to Germany.
We're gonna do a lot of cheers. I guess cheers to everything.
So it was a little tight in the tank room, and I actually managed to back up into a candle balanced on one of these tanks over here and knock it over. So on that note, it was time to move on to station number 3. We're on the third station. It's all been whites so far, some filtered and unfiltered. I'm gonna try some reds now. So far, so good. It's a bunch of wines, varietals that I've honestly never even heard of and can barely pronounce, but they've all been really good. Like I mentioned before, it's been years since I studied French here with Dimitri, so I'm pretty rusty. In Switzerland, it's kind of a toss-up whether or not people speak English as a second language, but as a general rule, more people in the German regions speak English than in the French or Italian ones. Luckily, we do have a really good translator here with Dimitri. What did they say about this?
So this is a Eau de Berry.
Basically, this particular wine we're trying is a specialty of theirs and unique to this winery. It's a natural, non-sulfite Sauvignon Blanc with a distinctive orange color, fruity aroma, and juicy flavor. Basically, an orange. And at first I even thought there was like orange flavoring added, but it's all natural and I've honestly never had anything like it. Unbeknownst to me, apparently there's like hundreds of wineries that are doing this weekend, so we're only on number 1. You can see how many we can make it today. Well, we're finishing off at station number 4 with some reds and picking up a few bottles to bring back home, and I would say winery number 1 was a success. All right, we just finished up at the first winery here. I think we're about to head to another one. That was awesome. Got to try a little bit of some whites, some reds, some varietals that I'd actually never had before. And it's super cool because it's all like smaller, kind of family owned. And it's not like set really far out, whereas in like the US, when you go to the wine region, it's like a wine region. Here in Switzerland, it's just kind of like next to the city. You'll just pull up and there's like vines all over the place, just right next to the buildings. It's awesome. So on to the next one.
Why?
All right, we just picked everybody up. Headed over to winery number 2. Okay, so next stop, we're here at Caves de la Barouche, and it took us about a whole 30 seconds to have another glass in our hand. Then we quickly found our way down a few flights of stairs into the cellar for a little surprise. That surprise being, you guessed it, more wine. But here, you do have to work for it. And by work, I mean taste more wine.
Pinot Gris is usually way lighter.
We're at winery number 2, and we just came down to the cellar. It's crazy. You can just like walk around wherever you want here. And they actually have a wine tasting kind of like challenge. So they have like 4 different unmarked bottles, and they'll pour you 4 different glasses, and you have to write down what you think they are. If you're unfamiliar with blind tasting, you should honestly just give it a try sometime. It's as easy as buying a couple bottles and throwing them in paper bags to conceal the labels. I've done this at a couple of dinner parties where everyone rates the wines and tries to guess the order of the price, and it's a fun and different way to experience the wine, improve your palate, and kind of figure out what you like, and also just get deeper into the wine culture. Doing blind tastings is actually an important and routine part of wine culture for wine professionals, somebody like a sommelier or a wine judge, but for me, it's mostly just for fun.
This is hard.
think we got pretty close. There's a couple varietals that honestly I'm not that familiar with because they're local to like Germany and actually here in Switzerland. So we'll see, but I think we're close. Definitely got Chardonnay right. Not sure on the other ones. In typical Swiss fashion, they're very generous, and they actually gave us an entire bottle just for participating and being here. Merci beaucoup, merci beaucoup. Wow. So not only do you drink free at this event all over the canton, but they actually even give you free bottles too. It's wild. We bought a bottle at the last place, got a free bottle here. We'll definitely buy a bottle here as well. It's been awesome. The wine's also just like fantastic. And you can just obviously walk around. I'm like down here in this cave right now. No supervision. I feel like in the United States, there's just no way you can do something like this. So really, really cool experience. Much different wine experience than I'm used to in the US. So loving it. In the US, there'd be a rope right about here going from where we were just doing the tasting. In Switzerland, you're just free to walk, kind of explore. It's crazy.
And in the US, they'd be checking IDs.
They'd be checking IDs, yeah. That's another thing. And we're going back upstairs. We're back upstairs at Caves de Baroche, and we're actually trying the wines that were, well, there's a bunch of wines, and we're trying variety to see how close we were on the guessing downstairs, and actually I think we're pretty close. I think we got this. I don't know what the prize is. They gave you a free bottle of wine just for doing it, so the prize must be pretty legit. We'll find out. What do you think it is?
Riesling. I think we won.
So this final wine bar is uniquely set up inside their bottling machine line and has a little bit of everything. I gotta say, I've been blown away by the hospitality and feeling of community here today. Everyone we've met is so friendly and generous, including this local Swiss chocolate maker.
This is one black and white.
Confident wine is so good. You should buy some.
He knows his audience.
Yeah. Ooh. Chocolat. Chocolat. Santé, mesdames et messieurs.
So these big bottling machines, like the one behind me here, can be pretty expensive, so not all small wineries will actually have them on site. Even in Napa, smaller productions will sometimes be taken to bottling facilities that are contracted for a certain number of days or a number of bottles. And these days they even have mobile bottling services, which are basically specially rigged giant trucks that'll conveniently bring the whole bottling line to a winery's own storage facility. Well, we just finished up at the second winery for today. I think Kenna was just buying some wine and ran into the guy we did the tasting test with and gave us the little nod, so I think we actually did end up winning that. I guess time will tell, but awesome experience. It's honestly unbelievable that we did all of that for free, and not only that we do it for free, that we got like free food, we got free chocolate, free bottle of wine. Just like wild. Over here, just the value is so much different than the US, where everything is just like so, you know, commercial, trying to make money. But over here, everything's just like more about the experience, and like they really want you to just like enjoy, have a good time. I don't know, it's a lot different feeling. So really enjoyed it. I think we're gonna go grab some dinner, get ready after that, and then go out downtown. So first night, it's Friday night. Bonjour. I don't know what it is about European towns, but there always seems to be cats lurking around every corner.
It's gonna be like you guys were just here 2 days ago.
All right, we are back at home. Just ate an entire pizza. Super full. Honestly, feel like I go to sleep. But of course, it's Friday night. We got some friends in town that I haven't seen in like 7 years, and that Ken has never met. So we're gonna go meet up with them in Neuchatel. Super excited. The whole wine experience was awesome. Actually, it's going on this whole weekend, so we'll probably hit up some more tomorrow, maybe some more Sunday. I think tonight's gonna be really fun out in Neuchatel. I've heard that compared to when I was here last time, the nightlife's actually picked up quite a bit. So we'll see if that's the case. Bonsoir.